Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to cover part 2 of this exception handling. Okay, in our previous video, we have discussed the most repeated kind of errors and how to handle that errors. So, again, in this video, we are going to discuss about some of these errors and how to handle multiple errors and how to raise or how to create a problem or an error. Okay, first of all, now let's begin with a file not found error. Okay, in our previous video we have discussed about file handling, right? So now here we are going to discuss about file not found error. For that, usually open a file is equals to, okay, let me suppose file is equals to, open up, give me a random number. Okay, suppose python1.txt, specify the mode in a reading mode. Okay, then file dot read any text. Now here we are going to close that file dot close. How? Now let's run this program and let's see what does we get as a output. Okay, it gives that file not found error, no such file is exist. We know that, right? So there is no file in my entire folder, okay, named python1.txt. The error is get occurred. So now how to handle this kind of errors? By using this try, try. So we are using this except block to handle this kind of errors. Okay, okay, we are going to use except block to handle this kind of errors. Except file not found error, we are going to print the statement, please enter a valid file name. Okay, now let's run this program and let's see what does we get as an output. Okay, it gives that please enter a valid file name. Okay, this is how we are going to handle this errors. Now we are going to handle multiple errors. Okay, how to handle multiple errors in single except block? We are going to deal with multiple errors. Let's suppose you this try block, take input from this user asking two numbers, let us perform arithmetic calculations. Okay, suppose addition and division. So even you can use this try and except block when you want to create your own calculator by using this python. Okay, enter b value. Now here we are using this except. So for multiple errors we are going to specify that. For suppose let me enter type error comma and then value error. So for the two kind of errors we are going to print a single statement, print invalid type and invalid value. Okay, we are going to print the single statement for this. Now we are going to use this except block, except print sum is, we are going to print the sum of two numbers, that is nothing but n1 plus n2. In a similar way we are going to print another statement, print div is nothing but division. Okay, not dude. Okay, division we are going to print, that is nothing but n1 divided by n2. Now we are going to use this finally is nothing but a keyword. It always runs the statement even that is right or wrong. It means that either error occurred or not occurred. Thank you for, okay, thanks for using. Now let's run this program and let's see what does we get as a output. It asks that enter a value, let me enter 4 and b is nothing but let me enter 6. So here we do not given any error. Now it going to execute the else block and the sum is nothing but 6 and the division is nothing but 0.66, where the finally it going to execute the statement in the finally block, that is nothing but thank you for using try and except block. So what does if an error occurred, how the problem handles? Let's suppose enter any text. So it gives that invalid type and invalid value, but here error is occurred, and by using this except block we have handled that error, but the statement in this finally block will always execute. Thank you for using this try and except block. But when we use this try and except block, the statement which is present in this else block is only runs when the statement in this except block is false. By using this if else condition, right? So if is false, then else condition is executed. In a similar way, if the statement which is written in this except block is false, then the statement which is written in else block is executed. So this is how we are going to handle the multiple errors in a single except block. Okay, now here we are going to raise our own errors. So how does we can raise our own errors? Now here we are going to raise our errors. Actually most of the human beings create errors, right? Now here we are going to create errors in our program, right? So the basic syntax, by using the keyword rise we are going to create these errors. For that, suppose take input from this user asking his age. User take an input from this user to enter your age. Okay, now we are going to check that if the age is less than 0, what we are going to print, actually we are going to print the statement. Now if the age is negative, then we are going to raise a error by using this rise. For suppose raise a value error, we are going to print a statement. For that, the age can't, okay, age can't be negative. This is the error which we have written. Or else if age is positive, sorry, then print the statement in this else block. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, now here we are going to run our program, and let's see what we get as a output. It asks that enter your age. Let me enter my age as 9. It gives this, okay, fine, your age is 9, then okay, fine, nothing to do that. But suppose let me again enter our program. It asks that enter your age. Let me enter -9. It going to give a error, that is nothing but value error. Age cannot be negative. Okay, this is the error. Actually this is not the error that was given by our computer. This is the error that which we have risen our own self. We are created that error. Okay, this is the way which we create our error. So during creation of these errors, we don't use any try and except blocks, because the try and except blocks are used to handle the errors. When the errors are get occurred, to handle that errors we are going to use this try and except blocks. But when we are going to create the errors, so we the person who creating the problems, so when we want to create that, we are going to use this rise block, rise, and the value errors. If you want to give your own name, suppose this value error, these are already defined in this python. So if you want to give your own error name, then you have to define a class of, let me enter a negative error of, okay, exception. This is the class I have created. So when you go through the oops concepts, you will get to understand. Now here we are going to use that negative error. Okay, negative error. This is so because the errors in this python file handling are, errors are always classes. This so negative error, age cannot be negative. Okay, this is the actually negative error is not defined like value error, index error, file not found error. This is the error name that which we are created. For that we must create a class of a class name as negative error, and here it is nothing but a exception, common base to class for all non-exist exceptions. Okay, by using this pass is nothing but it's a control statement which used to reserve the place which we want to write any code in this class block. Okay, that is the way the classes names are always capital letters. So this how you create and write these errors and handle with the multiple errors. So if you have any doubts, please go through the comment section. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.